here's the thing that Chime does that nobody else can do. In fact, no one else can touch this. They have what's known as DARE ads, which is dynamic ad retargeting. When it comes to retargeting, what Chime can do is when someone saves a search on your Chime CRM, it can take the properties that are matching that client and put them back in front of them.
Welcome back, everyone. Weekly Chime episode 95. Just the three of us today. We're going to be going over frequently asked questions and some lead generation features as well. So who wants to go first? Trenton, I think we're going to go to you first since you're the one hiking in the Denver mountains.
Your name's on the title of this webinar, so we're questioning you.
Yeah, that works. Well, I'm going to start off with this presentation I have.
Ooh. Look, he comes prepared, Tristan.
What does that even mean?
Show up.
Let's see.
We need a hat that says that.
We should work on that.
But are you prepared?
But are you prepared?
Right. Yeah. Good one.
All right, Trenton. This looks good already.
Perfect. Wow. All right. So as long as everybody can see this, it's great. For the most part, we're just going to kind of go over some Chime lead generation. And if you guys don't know where that's located, that's in your campaign section up here, and then under buyer lead gen and seller lead gen. Before we jump right into it, you guys can access these ads here and where you can create a campaign. But the cool feature that you can also do is see how many leads you can get. And let's just say you put in your city here. We'll put one in Tristan's. And then even if you just did a monthly small budget or whatnot, Chime will break down, what the cost per lead is and what your recommended budget should be.
Okay.
So take a look at this. This is pretty sick for each of your areas to kind of figure out if it's a great idea to be doing lead generation or not. Kind of shows off some best practices, what that strategy is going to look like and everything here. But what we're going to focus on is a lot of questions that you guys might have in regards to these campaigns. But I just wanted to show you, get up right off the bat, where it actually is located. So here we go. Just some quick numbers here. These are typical average costs that Chime is generating leads for. So you can think of the Facebook buyer ads as $3.20, Google buyer ads as $9, and seller ads as $25. But of course, that's going to matter depending on where your demographic area or where your target area is going to be. What your demographic is typically there. So that cost could fluctuate a bit, but this is the average cost that Chime is low. Okay. So the term ad services here, you can run Facebook dynamic ads, Facebook display ads if you're looking for some seller ads, and you have Google pay-per-click ads. Here's a couple examples of what that looks like that Chime will run for you. Pretty decent ads that they can do. Here we got a carousel ad on Facebook. Here's kind of one that's going to direct. This will be a lead form also as well. So this will capture that information and funnel directly into your CRM. This is Brett.
Trenton, can you explain to people what a Facebook lead form is? A lot of people don't know there are different types of Facebook ads. What's a lead form?
Yeah, so there's this button down here, this learn more button. And so if someone's interacting with this ad and clicks on this learn more or clicks on any of these links in here, a lead form is going to pop up. And being that if you're on mobile, Facebook will actually auto import your contact information into the fields. So typically you'll ask for first name, email, phone number. And since it's on Facebook and with the ad setup that they have, they'll be able to add in that information right away. If you're on a desktop, you might have to type in that information, but it makes it a lot more simple to be able to capture that information. So once they click on that learn more, they'll fill out the information there, and then that will funnel into your CRM once they've completed that lead form.
Okay.
The display ad, this is going to go to your landing page. So this is going to be like one of your home valuation request pages. And Chime has some really nice ones already pre-built out. So you just land on that. They'll fill out their address to see how much their home is worth, and then they can import their information as well. Same thing with the Google pay-per-click ads. Here, these are people that are directly searching for your home in your area. So a little bit more higher intent, which is a little bit more why it's a little bit more expensive. Your dynamic ads, being that those are kind of, $3, like typically $2 to $10 range. Those are the ones that are probably 3 to 6 months out, or even 6 months to 12 months out. And typically your home valuation, that's probably within 6 months, 3 to 6 months, because that's someone trying to get ready to prepare their home to be sold. So this is kind of where I showed you in Chime here, where you can create the campaign and see how many leads you can get. You can also see a couple more examples as well of what Chime is creating for ads for you.
Sweet.
I like this.
Same thing with Google pay-per-click. Probably would, stick with Google pay-per-click and Facebook if you're going to run some ads. But there is that option as well, which is typically a higher demographic that's using that. And then you have your seller lead ads. And that was in the same section, but you have to click on a different tab over on the left to get to the sellers. So that's helpful for that. And here at Chime, they try to maximize the ads for you. And then they are the ones that are going to monitor, adjust, and maximize the lead flow. So you'll give them the budget that you're looking for. And then they have their own system and everything that they'll set up for you. You are able to check in with them and, provide some input and make some changes if you would like. And I'll kind of go into that a little bit further here. How you can do that and who you need to contact.
Okay.
What also is cool with generating leads through Chime is that you get the AI assistant for free. So the AI assistant is going to follow up your leads, and they work 24 hours, to shorten that time to response, because we all know that, if you're within 5 minutes of reaching out to the lead, you're setting yourself up for success. Leaving too much time in between of when you reach out, that's when you might have a little bit of difficulty of following up the leads. So having the AI assistant provided is great.
I actually didn't know that they did that. That's really cool.
Yeah. Whenever you do their lead gen, they're able to do that, which I thought was kind of cool. Here's kind of a little bit of breakdown of what the monthly budget options are kind of needing to be. So it looks like if you spend more than $700, your management fee is about 20% of your ad budget. Otherwise, if you're under $700, the management fee is $150. Pretty affordable there. But also with what you're getting with the leads, I think this is a great opportunity to help grow your business. And I'll be sharing this PowerPoint as well with everybody, or PowerPoint. I just said that's weird. I haven't used PowerPoint in forever. But here's a couple more things. Some different leads that they can run for you as well. But now we're going to jump into kind of the frequently asked questions, kind of why you guys are here today. And these are the ones that have been asked to Chime quite consistently. So we're going to try to simplify it for you. And then that way you won't have so many questions. And Brett and Tristan, feel free to jump in if anybody's asking in the Q&A.
You got it.
If they have any questions.
Oh, hang on. We do have a Q&A. In the brokerage, this is actually more of a statement, but in the, never mind. Basically, the brokerage ecosystem has Boost and a social ad engine. So basically within the brokerage side, the enterprise account. But yeah. Anyways, continue.
So, how many cities can you target? You guys can target up to 5 cities with a $600 monthly budget. But Chime does recommend that you stick to 2 to 4 cities with this budget to kind of maximize the cost efficiency.
Okay.
Ad performance will be severely limited if the budget is below $600 as well. So they've really figured out the right cost to kind of have a minimum budget there to provide you success. But for each target area, you will want to kind of budget at least $100 each month to be able to generate leads there. Another question is, will I see my leads? That's kind of once you go through the process of setting up your leads, you're like, okay, when do my leads start flowing in? If your website's live, your ads will be set up within 48 hours after payment is processed. But then you need to wait about 12 to 36 hours for the algorithms to do their thing and accumulate the data. That's for Facebook, for Google, for each one, because once you set it up, it needs to go through kind of a learning phase. And then typically that happens within the first 48 hours. So you should be able to see your leads within a couple of days of once you guys get that set up. Can you switch the ad platform, in between each month? So let's say you're starting out with Facebook leads, and then, halfway through you want to be like, well, I want Google pay-per-click leads too. You can definitely do that, and Chime will check your remaining budget and monthly budget to confirm that you have enough to run those ads. And you can, there's someone in here we'll get to who you can talk to. I can't remember. I think it's, I forgot what their actual title's called. But Chime support and your rep will be able to help you with that to switch if you want. So the option is there. Yes, you can do that if you did want to try one out to start.
Cool.
We're checking my results for retargeting ads. Retargeting is built in the campaigns when possible. So the data is going to be there. But there is a section under CRM campaigns and lead engine that you're able to specifically go into the details of that. Unfortunately, there is no report specifically, but the engagement from the existing leads is part of the reports. So you'll be able to see some data there to get an idea. Can I see my advertising plan? So these are things, let's say each month or so, you want to know how things are going. Is this, being cost effective? Am I getting the best, the best leads here that I possibly can? So yes, you can see a marketing performance report, and each of these will show you, your average cost per lead, cost per impression, how many people you've reached, things like that. And in order to do that, you just need to contact your CSM directly through Chime, and then they'll be able to help you out with that. Can you switch your target areas? Let's say you started out with a couple areas and they weren't bringing in the leads that you were hoping for. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Chime recommends that you do that before the third week of the month. So that way the algorithm has a few days to learn those new target areas to be able to maximize that budget throughout the month. Here's a good one. Why are there other agent listings on my Facebook dynamic ads? So Chime will pull ads directly from your Chime built website. And so then they're able to pull listings and put them into the ad itself. And so since someone will be searching, if they're on your website and they're looking at properties and, Malibu, Chime's able to pull from that and directly pull other listings in Malibu and potentially other surrounding areas if you talk with your CSM as well, to then show what listings are for sale in the target area that they're looking for. So that's just specifically why. But if you would like to only show listings based on the specific area, you can just talk to the team and they'll be able to help you out with that as well. But typically, these are showing up because they're trying to just serve, the best listings to your potential lead or potential client down the road. Can I have tags added to leads? Yes, this is possible, and you can add a location tag to distinguish which location a lead comes from, which is great because it's going to help you with smart plans. So once you have these tags added, you can then create specific smart plans based on these tags. Maybe that's a buyer property alert. Maybe that's anytime that someone is looking at Malibu homes and that lead comes in, an auto property alert for Malibu homes, from X amount to X amount, that's going to automatically get set up. Then you could have a smart plan to have specific follow-up. So anybody that comes up here in Malibu, you're spending them a specific smart plan or action plan that goes out to them. So that's kind of great there. It's like it allows for you to be prepared and then also, set yourself up with some automation to be able to follow up with these leads. Can you change your ads yourself? Unfortunately, no. There's no way to do that, but Chimes DMAs or their digital marketing analysts will be able to make those adjustments for you. So just talk with your CSM and they can help work out that with you. So here's kind of that. Oh, I guess I have this in here twice. But can I change my ad yourself? Under campaigns and buyer lead gen, when you're looking at your reporting, down at the bottom right, there's a section here to be previewing these ads, and then you can leave a comment. So these comments here, what feedback you're going to provide in case you don't like something, if you have questions regarding it, or you need adjustments made. This is where you'll be able to do that. So a little bit more detailed question in the Facebook lead generation. What are real estate ads? That's typically that dynamic lead form that they're doing. And these ads show up under the Chimes account catalog, and they pull directly from the MLS. So that's kind of where I mentioned those listings that are being pulled from. These campaigns will have different ad sets depending on the locations targeted. So you'll have a couple different variations there. The audience will be based on a different criteria. So people that are focusing on looking to purchase a house are likely based on some targeting interests that go through that. And they also show on the target audience Facebook news feeds. So be able to follow up right off the bat. So it kind of showed you a couple of examples earlier, but that's a little bit more specifically. Where are leads routed to when they click on the ads? So there's a couple different ways here. Like I mentioned, you have the lead forms, or you have the landing page where you can have like the home valuation request. Lead forms, they're getting information right away. And if you're going more of the web click to get to a landing page, they'll need to register once they get onto the website. The nice part about that is that you can form a lot of different questions on your website registration form. You will want to limit how many questions you're asking on the Facebook lead form. Yes, it might be nice to have, 5 to 10 qualifying questions being asked, but the likelihood of someone filling that out is kind of high or kind of low. And so then that cost per lead is going to be a lot higher. So that's kind of the downfall of, trying to qualify them a little bit further. But also at the same time, you can get that information, just going to cost a little bit more.
Interesting.
Dude, I like this. I'm learning stuff. I'm like, what?
It's funny, Tristan. I'm sitting here like I want to ask questions, but like
you're here to answer them, Brett. You're here to answer.
I didn't want to interrupt you because you have like so much crazy content in here. So what's the count of the ad appearance given the budget? Do you know that, or is that more of a Chime question?
So that'll be where you go to your campaign planner, where I started out here. And this is kind of where that budget, on a Facebook budget of cost per lead. So if they're this kind of high or this kind of low, these are the expected leads you'll be able to generate. And then it breaks it down specifically of what they're recommending in case, it is a higher one. This is what you'll get. So you'll be able to kind of figure that out through here.
Sure.
But yeah.
I'm going to take this next question. There was a question on here that's, what does the retargeting ad look like? So if you don't know anything about me, I do more retargeting than I would like to admit in public. It's creepy how much I do. But here's the thing that Chime does that nobody else can do. In fact, no one else can touch this. They have what's known as DARE ads, which is dynamic ad retargeting. Just think of it as the Amazon effect, right? So you go onto Amazon and you look up blue screwdriver. I don't know why you'd be looking for a blue screwdriver, but let's just say that you did. What Amazon is going to do is, as it determines like, oh, he's looking for screwdrivers, it's going to try to put similar things in front of you. Do you want red screwdrivers? Do you want Phillips head screwdrivers? How about flathead screwdrivers? How about these star and hex tools? Is there anything else you could possibly need that relates to blue screwdrivers? It's the same principle when it comes to retargeting. What Chime can do is when someone saves a search on your Chime CRM, it can take the properties that are matching that client and put them back in front of them. And the way that it does that, no one else can touch this because of the way that they process XML data. I could go into the details on how that all works. If you're really bored and want to hear an engineer talk about how that works, none of you want to hear how that works. Just know that they are the only company that can do it. And if you want to see how that runs, go browse on people's Chime sites that have it. More importantly, save a search and see what you get. But if you actually really want to talk to someone about it, Chris Gonzalez, that dude is the man at Chime when it comes to talking to about retargeting ads. Sorry, I had to take that one.
No, that's it, dude.
I got one more in here that I'm going to take. And I don't mean to steal your spotlight here, Trenton. What makes Chime different compared to other companies like Boomtown? I have used every single CRM in the real estate space. Boomtown, Sierra Interactive, Real Geeks, Easy Agent Pro. Oh God, you name it, I've done it. Here's the thing. Chime has the most, actually, Rocco's the one that asked this. Rocco, go to chimedemo.com, chimedemo.com. I outline in video format what the difference is between all the providers. I also cover all the things that you could possibly ever want to know about Chime. So if you're not a Chime user, chimedemo.com, I cover all of that in video format. There you go. Okay. Took that one. Jen wants to know if she's already paying for the AI feature on Chime, does she still have a minimum required ad spend for her AI to work? I would say no on that one. Would you agree with that, Trenton?
I would agree on that.
Okay.
Because when there is a minimum budget that you have to run the ads with,
yeah,
but at minimum budget, that's when you're going to still get the AI provided.
How is this different than using listing to leads for the Facebook ads? It's run within your Chime CRM. It's just it's like how do I put this? It's like using a something that is provided by the company that provides it. Basically, all ties in together, so you don't need another system working for you. Is basically it. Holy crap! There are a lot of questions.
Yeah, a lot, man.
Okay, Keith wants to know what is the ROI of selecting the $600 per month ad spend. Keith, I'm sure Trent, I need you to weigh in on this, and Tristan, I need you to weigh in on this. But here's the deal: every market is going to be different. You can't expect to know an exact ROI nationwide. That the numbers fluctuate. In Tristan's area in Malibu, $600 probably won't do as well as Oklahoma City, right? Because it's a different mindset and a different market. So your market is going to be different than Tristan's market and my market and Trenton's market. It's all going to be different. The easiest way to find that out, help me out, guys. Would you just say contact? I mean, the guys at Chime are going to know that answer.
Yeah, I would say it also highly matters how good you are at talking to people on the phone.
Yeah.
And also what your follow-up looks like.
Agreed. I think the easiest way to answer that question, I wouldn't look at it as what is the ROI on it. I would look at figure out your cost per closing, and does using this lead source increase or decrease your cost per closing. That's the way to look at that.
That's it.
Wow.
That's a better answer. I like that one. How is retargeting different than street text?
Well, you use street text. You used it, right?
Frank, street text is very different. Street text does just regular Facebook ads, not lead ads. And also they don't do retargeting from what I remember. So they're not going to follow you around with an ad after you already had an impression from a client. So this is very different and more integrated. So very different, Frank, but good question. I like that one.
I use street text as well for a couple. And street text is a lot of pre-built templates, but it's pretty much on your own. So you're still building it from scratch, but they do have a couple steps in there where you can input information. But yes, as Tristan mentioned, that there is no retargeting. So that is kind of the downfall. Right. Then you'd have to set up on your own.
James wants to know, can Chime retargeting ads run for users on his Chime CRM that Chime did not generate? Yes. So we generate over 400 leads a day organically, and the retargeting that we use through Chime actually follows up with all of those leads. Aurora Courtney, my favorite Alaskan real estate agent, not my wife Aurora, different Aurora. They are literally like good friends, but different Aurora. Aurora says she's run them before and they get good Facebook lead traction. She does want to know what happens if someone writes a comment on the ad. I think we get notified. I don't know. People don't usually comment on my stuff. Tristan, help me.
I mean, I get commented, and we do see the comments on our Facebook ads. People sometimes are mean and sometimes they're not, but you're not going to get a lot of comments. This isn't based on anyone commenting. It's about clicking, and then what happens is you capture their information. Very different than a Facebook ad. So, yeah.
Someone asked, who's available to help us design smart plans for incoming leads for third-party platforms? I have a bunch. If you go to brettbakercoaching.com, I have a bunch of smart plans on there for all that kind of stuff. So anonymous attendee, that one's for you. I just wanted to say anonymous attendee. That was something I don't know why.
I think we need a part 2. Trenton, did you even finish part 1?
No.
No.
Let's do a part 2 to this, man.
Yeah.
This was way more popular than I thought it would be.
I actually, yeah. Kyle wants to know Chime website SEO. I actually have a really killer video on this. I've got to find that for you. They rank. It takes a long time to rank. There are ways to rank without using on-site SEO. We don't do anything with on-site SEO, and we're getting 400 plus leads organically through our Chime site a day. So there's that. Wow. Yeah, dude, can we do a part 2 of this?
Let's do it.
Like I didn't expect this to. This is the most questions we've ever gotten.
I don't think we've gotten this many questions before.
I don't think so.
Let's do a part 2. Where you stopped, let's continue the part 2. And I have a feeling that if we get as many questions on the second round as you start showing slides, we're going to make a part 3 out of this. But this is really good. It's almost like we needed to do office hours for Chime here, guys.
Right.
Which is kind of great.
It is.
Just ask your questions. We'll answer them. Or at least Brett and Trenton will, and I'll just wear a Lab Coat Agent shirt. That's pretty much it.
We on our next weekly Chime, it's actually Tristan, it's you and me on the next one, and I'm actually talking about how to save your business in 2023. And so I'm actually we're gonna have some fun with that one. So that is, people have asked me about this for a long time, and I'm finally just like, all right, screw it, let's do it. So that's next time. But maybe we should see if Barry can get Trenton scheduled for the following one so we can do a part 2 of this.
You know what? Yeah, let's do a part 2. There's some questions about Facebook ads and Google ads. And Trenton's running a webinar with me. We've got 1,200 people registered. It's on Friday. And I'm going to put up a link for everyone to register. We're just going to be showing you the difference and showing you how to run Facebook ads through Chime. So
I'm looking for my buyer funnel right now. And that's actually a video that I have as well. A bunch of videos on this stuff, but it's basically the buyer funnel. So the difference between Facebook ads and Google ads, I look at it as where they fall in the funnel, the buyer funnel. And so one of those things that I look at is, is it higher at the top of the funnel or is it toward the lower end of the funnel? And I like the lower end because that's a faster conversion. We should talk about that again. Because I did the weekly Chime.
Put up your website on the chat.
Oh yeah.
If people have questions about the smart plan, they can hit you up right there. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Brett. I can't wait to see your video. Trenton, stay nice and warm with 10 inches of snow.
Yeah. Hey, you're getting more snow than we are right now, so enjoy that.
I know, that's crazy. Hopefully it'll be gone in 3 days.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.